This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world.
I'm Bruce.
And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Hey, Bruce.
Jody, how are you?
I'm doing well. How's it going? Where are you at over there?
Oh, man. So I had to move from the studio in the garage to a room inside the house because as you know, because you're down the street from me.
Yes.
Here on the West Coast, it is covered in smoke, especially Portland is very, very smoky. It's hazardous to go outside. I found out the hard way that it is hazardous to sit in the garage for an extended period of time.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yes. So I've moved.
Nice. Yeah, if you're watching the video, you can see it's a little different than normal. It is. It's a little scary and crazy here on the West Coast with all the fires that we had kind of last in the week, and the winds have shifted back again. So the smoke's coming back.
Oh, man.
And I'm thankful that my work, DXL, was cautious enough and let us go home early on Friday. And then we were closed Saturday, Sunday. So closed for a couple days just to be on the safe side. Everyone was kind of having burning eyes and rough throats at work. So we're like, how about we just go home? And I mean, no one was really coming out anyways. So
sure. Right. Nobody's supposed to go outside. I mean, it's the air quality is hazardous. We have the worst air quality on the planet right now.
In the world. Yeah.
Yeah. And
yay. We're number one.
Right. Yes.
We're winning.
And it's something else. I mean, if you've never been in a place where forest fires happen, which I hadn't until I moved to the West Coast. I mean, it's insane. I mean, it just like you look outside and it's like this yellowish fog. It's horrible. And
yeah, it looks like a scary movie outside, like constantly.
Right.
Like the fog or the haze is just there, but it smells smoky and it hurts a little bit when you go outside.
It does. Like my sinuses have been just destroyed and I feel, sick. It's almost like a hangover. I was talking to my wife about it this morning and it was just like, you almost feel hung over, and it's kind of like when you go to a bar, when bars used to let you smoke.
Oh yeah, I was to say when they used to smoke. Yeah. And that would definitely be part of my hangover. Just that, like
totally.
Ugh. And that's totally what it's like.
And I mean, even when you're indoors, the smoke is still on you. There's still this like it's there. So we're hoping. Sounds like we got a few more days of this, but we're going to get through it, and hopefully, if you're listening to this, you haven't been affected by it. So.
Yes. And be safe out there if you are in any sort of fire areas or anything like that. Stay safe.
Absolutely. So this week we're breaking out our wish list again of things that we would like to see made for bigger people. Now, most of the world is not made for bigger people. It's not even made for the average sized person in a lot of cases. And that makes it very difficult to get through the world and to find products or to have experiences in some cases. And so we're going to talk about all of that and kind of dive into some of the things that we'd like to see made for bigger folks.
Yes, I know it can be hard to kind of get around sometimes, or your friends are doing activities and you're like, oh, that looks fun. And then, they don't have something in your size or something that can hold your weight. And it can be kind of sad or disappointing or almost embarrassing at some points in life. But yeah.
Absolutely. When we start going through the list, I've got a few stories of my own that I'll be able to share that kind of play into some of that. But first, we've started in the last couple episodes sharing a little news, kind of talking about what's going on or big things that we see that are, that are stand out. And, this burning dumpster fire of 2020, I felt like this week we needed to bring something that was a little fun, a little bit of excitement. And
I like that.
Yes. So the big news that came out recently, by the time you've heard this, it's already out and it's out there in the world, is that the new Xbox, the next generation Xbox Series S and Series X, are launching November 10th, and they're starting at this is phenomenal. They're starting at $24.99 a month, where you can get a Game Pass, which is like their, all of these systems have, like PlayStation has PlayStation Plus, Nintendo I'm sure has something.
Yep.
So $24.99 a month gets you the Game Pass to be able. It's Game Pass Ultimate. And so that gets you all the games that are in that, but it also gets you the Xbox system.
Oh, so like the physical console thing. Oh yeah, wow.
Like a console. And so it is it's really cool. It's basically pre-orders start September 22nd. The expansion of Xbox All Access goes to 12 different countries, offering you a next-generation Xbox and 24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, starting at $24.99 a month, no upfront costs. This is a way to get the Xbox if you don't have the money or don't want to slap down, your $4.99 or $2.99, depending on which system you get. And it gets you into it. You've got it. You can continue paying a monthly fee once you pay this off. The cool thing about it, normally when you see these kind of monthly payment things, you think, okay, so I'm going to end up paying more because I'm paying, monthly on something instead of just buying it outright. And that's not the case with this. According to what I've read so far, if you do this monthly thing, you end up saving about $60 on the cost of the system. So if you are into the Xbox, or if you're thinking you want to dip your toe into it, then this could be a really good way to do it. Now, I was not considering getting an Xbox because I'm pretty deep in the PlayStation, world at this point. With got hundreds of games, and they're all PlayStation. So, but seeing this $24.99 a month, it's like, it might be worth a try. So,
maybe
there's one other piece with it. It also comes with EA Play, which is apparently like EA. It's like their Electronic Arts. I don't know. It's like their game.
Is that like their thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like, EA Games is like, I thought those were like sports games, weren't they?
Yeah. Okay. EA Sports. They got a lot of other things. EA Play membership gets you more than 60 of their games. So and I guess with this whole thing, you get a bunch of different things. So they're saying over 100 high quality games to play, including next gen games. It also gets you access to play on a PC. If you have a PC that runs Windows, I guess, then you can also do this. So there's a lot to like here, and it is a new and really interesting way for them to approach it that feels like it makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, pretty much everyone's doing some sort of subscription-based service, so I think it's a pretty easy thing to get on top of. Everyone kind of is used to those by now, so
yes,
if you're into that, if you're into Xbox,
so there you go. So this just means that in the next few weeks, we're going to hear about PlayStation, which is the one that I've been waiting for. Is what is the PlayStation news going to be? Okay. My guess is they're not going to do something like this. I kind of hope that they do, but my guess is they're not. So we'll see. Either way.
Well, sticking with some gaming news, I guess it's the Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary.
Yes,
it is or was, it's whatever. I don't know the exact date, but they're coming out with, they're going to have a bunch of the really old games available for Switch. I don't know about the other gaming systems, but they're going to be available on Switch, which Bjorn was very excited about. You were able to pre-order actual physical copies of these games. They've already sold completely out, which was crazy. I don't know exact numbers. But it's going to be fun to, play some of those old classic Super Mario games. Like I just like really easy games, just kind of fun, nostalgic stuff.
Sure.
So I'm actually kind of excited to get those as well. So there was a couple other, I can't remember exactly what all the games were. Super Mario 64.
Oh, nice. So it's a bunch of Mario games. Is that?
Yeah, just a bunch of Mario games. Yeah.
Nice. Well, they have a good track record. I mean, there are a lot of good Super Mario games. So
I think I enjoy them because I'm not a huge gamer, so
Sure.
they're an easy entry type of game. You're just kind of side scrolling or whatever. It's not a big. I got to hunt down whatever secret gems or rooms and stuff like that. I don't necessarily
Yes.
like that. There is a
Right.
little bit. There are some elements of that to the game, but you also don't need them, to get
Right.
to the end. So I'm kind of excited for that.
Nice, nice. Speaking of games, just two other that I just thought of as you brought that up. Uh, I picked up the new Marvel's Avengers game, which is
Okay.
out for Xbox, PlayStation, maybe PC, everywhere you
Hmm.
play games.
Hmm.
I'm sure. It's fun. The story is great. It's very much like a movie. They've done a great job with it, but man, it is buggy. Like
Oh, really?
there are so many things that they need to fix. I love it, and I'm going to power through, and I'm going to stick with it because it's a lot of fun. And the way that they're doing it is instead of making you pay for expansions or additional content, everything is free. All the future
Okay.
content is free. The only things that you can pay for if you want to are like different uniforms and emotes for your characters.
Okay. Okay.
Which I'm like, nah, I don't really care to have that. I want the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So that is out. It's fun. I've been playing a lot of it. I hope they fix some of these issues because
I'm
it
sure
is,
they will. Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely
They
buggy. But
wanted to
they're adding,
get it out, and then
right.
they can fix little things here and there.
And that seems to be the way that they're doing it, and they're adding a lot of new characters to it as time goes by. So it's going to be really exciting to see what else they add.
Hmm.
Uh, the last one that I want to throw out is I think we've talked about this one. I might have mentioned it on a previous episode long ago. Uh,
Long
there's a
ago.
there's a game called Spelunky, and it's
Hmm.
basically this kind of like um, you're like this character that's trying to go through mines and caves and all of this to get to the end and get all this treasure. Uh, you go as far as you can. If you die, you start from the very beginning again. It is infuriating, but it is one of the greatest games that has ever been created. It is so much fun. I was looking last week and I've died almost 3,700 times and I've beaten it like
Wow.
five. So, and it's still that much fun. The cool thing is Spelunky 2 comes out on the 15th. So,
Okay.
uh, very excited about that. It looks like they've taken all the things that we loved about Spelunky and they're putting it into this new package. Very excited about that because I've been playing Spelunky since like 2013. So there we go.
Ooh.
Lots of games, lots of things to keep you busy when you can't or shouldn't be going outside.
Yeah, we're
Basically.
quarantine 2.0 here in the Pacific Northwest.
Right, right. So probably time to get on to the actual
Yes.
topic.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yes. So, products and services we'd like to see for plus size people. So, as I said, there are a lot of things that aren't made for bigger people, and there's probably a more exhaustive list than we are going to have time for in this episode.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is something that we'll revisit in the future, but what I really want to kick off with is furniture
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
furniture is not made for bigger people.
Yeah.
And
A lot of it just not quite up to snuff. I mean, a lot of people are doing quick cheap furniture, IKEA stuff, or something from Target or wherever. I know a lot of our furniture is that. I know more of our couches and stuff aren't that because of that reason. But yeah, a lot of it just doesn't quite hold up for my butt.
right, right, and that's the problem is that it's just not made to stand up to bigger bodies, and it could be. IKEA is a perfect example. Whether you're looking at their chairs or their mattresses. I know that
Hmm. Hmm.
I had an IKEA mattress for a year and a half, and it
Yep.
got that valley, that horrible thing there. Luckily, mattresses is the one place that I've been able to find that is focusing on making products for bigger people. So there are a
Yeah.
lot of different mattress companies out there that are doing mattresses for bigger people. Big Fig, Satva, I'm blanking. I know there are more.
There's a couple other ones. Yeah.
Helix is
There
another
we
one.
go. Yep.
So definitely making mattresses that work for people. But if you're looking for like a couch or a chair that will hold you, or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, you think about wooden chairs around a table. I mean, it can be difficult. I
Yeah.
have I have certainly destroyed some furniture in my time.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's been like couches giving out or a chair buckling,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're definitely going to have to invest in some quality couches and dining room chairs or kitchen chairs, whatever, something like that. I know that I lucked out pretty hardcore on our couch that we have. We actually got it at a restore,
Mm,
which is like people donate stuff, or I don't know exactly how it works, but they donate it and then you buy it at like nothing. We got this amazing Ethan Allen couch sectional for like $900, which should
nice.
have been like $9,000 at least. So we really lucked out on that, but it's amazing. It's really heavy duty. It's heavy as heck to
Right.
move, but it's going to last a long time, and I'm not worried about it.
That's the thing, is that if you do find furniture that's going to work, in a lot of cases it's very, very expensive, and so
Hmm. Hmm.
you have to really search and get lucky to be able to find something.
Yeah.
We've got a sectional in our family room, which is actually the room that I'm in. There's a sectional in here that is from IKEA, and one side of it just like totally buckled. It just blew out. It blew out in a way that it cannot be fixed, and
Oh,
I'm not, at least I can't fix it. Like it's crazy the way that
yeah.
it's just broken.
Okay.
So I had to use a cinder block for the time
Oh.
being. Yes,
Oh. Okay.
this sectional is on its way out, but I've got a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So
Yeah.
I'm not looking at getting new furniture that they can decimate, because
Yeah.
man alive, it's plus our
Kids
cat.
and pets are pretty hard on furniture, so
Yes, yes. So we're just kind of making it work for the time being. But I mean, it's just old and crappy,
yeah.
and these things just don't last. So it'd be great to see companies that are specifically focusing on making furniture for bigger people. And
Hmm.
I found a couple like one-offs kind of, that are
Yeah,
doing
but not
things like
enough.
that.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah,
And
they're too hard to get. You can't get them locally. You have to try and get things shipped, which is even more money. Yeah, it's
totally,
yep.
totally. And just to add on to this, outdoor furniture. Outdoor furniture is the worst. It's so
Hmm.
hard.
Hmm.
Aside from like those camping chairs, that are
Oh
made,
yeah, I
those
have
are
one of
fine.
those.
So do I. So do I. And those are great. But like if you want something on a patio or on your deck or something like that,
Yeah.
it's really hard to find. Number one, something that's going to be comfortable, and number two,
Hmm.
something that's going to hold you. A lot of those, like you'll find the wooden chairs or wicker. Sweet lord, wicker.
Nope.
It's
No.
like, no,
No.
no, I see wicker, and I'm like, no, we know this is playing with fire, there's no way.
Hmm.
So finding good, strong, solid furniture for your outdoor furniture is really hard. There's only one company that I can think of right now that's doing anything that's made to be more reinforced, and it's a company called Outer, Outer,
Okay.
and they are making outdoor furniture that's supposed to be more stronger, reinforced, and able to hold more weight. I
Hmm.
haven't tried it yet because of Corona, and
Yeah.
now the apocalypse. They used to have a thing where you could actually try their furniture in your area, and
Okay.
now they're not doing that. So, but it's worth taking a look at their site if you're looking for outdoor furniture, just to see what they've got.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
yes.
One of the things I was kind of thinking about, and it's also on your list, is like um, exercise stuff. Either having stylish, fun active wear that
Mm.
isn't just something beyond just basketball shorts and you know plain. It's all just really plain and simple. But beyond that, even just having like exercise equipment that'll hold. Like I feel weird when I'm on a what you call it, treadmill. Like I'm just, and it's like bouncing and moving, and I'm just like sometimes I get kind of nervous. I don't really like to do that. And even the ellipticals, some of those I feel like they're kind of groany and making some weird noises. And I know that those, I don't know, I've just, maybe the gyms I'm going to just aren't, I haven't purchased any specific equipment or anything like that, but the gyms that I've gone to definitely seem like they're on the, can't quite hold my weight. And I'm only about 300 pounds, and I'm like, wow, this is really groany and making all kinds of weird noises and feels unstable to me. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get off this thing before I hurt myself or go flying off the end. And
yeah, it's you're right. It's you really have to go to a gym and find like something that is that's made super solid, and even then
mm-hmm.
it can feel iffy. The like home equipment is a whole different thing. I'm actually about to review a treadmill that's supposed to be made
Oh,
to hold a little more weight.
okay.
We'll kind of see how that works. But yeah, I mean, it's above and beyond the fact that when you're a bigger person trying to go to a gym can be fraught
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
frustration and potential bad feelings.
Embarrassment. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. You have to try and make sure that that everything that you're going to get on or use can hold you, and so it can be a kind of scary thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of times I just stick to the like weight machines because
Right.
they seem very sturdy and heavy duty. I don't use like free weights very often. I feel kind of unstable doing those. So I use a lot of just the
Sure.
machines, like I don't know what they're called, but
Yeah.
all the different weight machines. I feel pretty good on those because they're actually holding a bunch of weight already.
Nice.
They seem very sturdy, and I just kind of stick to those when
Right.
I was going to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah. And kind of along those lines, like you mentioned, active wear or clothes for actually working out in, there are things out there, but the majority of what you're finding is not, it's not very stylish. It's
Mm-mm.
definitely not the modern stuff that's made for maybe smaller folks,
Yeah.
So that's a problem that a lot of people run into. I want shorter shorts when I'm
Yeah.
working out.
I
you
don't like
know
all that short in the way. I'm like,
right.
I'm trying to jog or run or do whatever exercise, and I'm like constantly pulling them up, having to like,
Right.
yeah, it's just like too much going on.
Totally. And and so that's a pain. And there aren't a lot of these companies are not thinking about active wear for big and tall people, but I think we're going to see that change probably sooner than later. I think there are going to be other companies that are going to jump into that.
Hmm.
It would be nice to see more, and really, it does come down to style uh, and also, I mean, shoes. You're looking at
Oh
some of
yeah,
these shoes. You a
they
good
don't
pair
last
of
very
running.
long.
No, they do not. And like a
It's
good
like,
pair
ooh,
of
these are
running
really good,
shoes.
and then like couple months later, you're like, well, those are done.
Right, right. You want a good pair of running shoes, and I mean, I've got a super wide foot, so uh, I have I have few options unless I go really big. And
Hmm.
even in that case, sometimes I can't go really big because they stop their sizes at like a 12 or
Hmm.
11 or something like that, and you have to hope that it's going to fit you well. So it's when you do find those things. I've got a quadruple E width, so when
Hmm.
I'm trying to find a shoe, if I can find one, it's usually not the cool one that I actually want to
It's
wear.
the white or
So,
the black
yep.
dad shoe
Right. Right.
or
So,
grandpa shoe or whatever.
right. Right. And more power to you if that's what you want to wear. But I want some of the cool stuff that I'm seeing these
Yeah,
companies
like really
drop.
flashy, fun. Yeah,
Right.
Bjorn talks about shoes all the time. He's always getting these fun shoes. I mean, I don't have a super wide foot, but I have a kind of a crazy high arch. So a lot of times they just don't feel right, or I can't get my foot into it. Even doesn't
Right.
matter how much you unlace it or whatever. I'm like, yep, my foot's not going in there.
Right, right. So, yeah, it would be nice to see more of those kind of products made for uh, bigger people. And it's not even just like, especially with the shoes. There are a lot of people who have big, wide feet
Yeah,
that aren't just bigger, like big and tall people. So,
yeah.
you
Bjorn
know,
has he has wide feet, and he's just, I mean, he's not a big guy, so
right, right.
plenty of
What
people out there that need him.
there are absolutely. And one last thing along those lines, now that I've started riding my bike more, I'm finding that cycling gear would come in handy. I don't
Oh yeah.
necessarily need like the whole kit, but I would
Hmm.
like something that would allow my ass to not hang out of my pants whenever I'm, or my shorts when I'm riding my bike.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
uh, I've been looking around for things, and really, there is not a lot that is made for bigger cyclists, and they call
Hmm.
them Clydesdales, the bigger people
Oh,
who
that's
ride.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
that the name of the bike or something?
I think that's one of them. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
something along those lines, but it's difficult to find things like that. So it would be cool to see some of these. There are a lot of these like specific categories of different activities and fitness type things that people that are missing an entire segment that would spend their hard earned money on
Yeah.
their products. So
Absolutely.
we need to see more thought put into that.
Okay. Are you
So,
wanting a cycling singlet thing, like the
you
whole
know,
suit, whatever that is?
yeah,
I don't
they've
know if
got
it's
those.
called a singlet, but whatever that's called.
I think they call them like cycling kits. Yeah, they call
Oh,
it like a kit.
okay. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and
That's
it's
how much I know. I don't even
and
know.
so my father-in-law rides a lot, and he's got one, and he's got this whole
Yeah.
thing, and he goes with it. And I mean, I'm definitely not
No.
there.
No.
I'm still just trying to find like the right pair of shorts that will hold a couple of my things, my keys and my wallet,
Oh yeah.
or my
And
keys
your
and my
ass.
phone and my ass. Yes, yes. So,
That's not so much to ask.
it's not. It's not. So we should probably open our beers since we've
Oh,
been.
look at that. I think
I
we have the
know.
same one.
Do we? Hey, look at
Wow.
this. We haven't had the same beer in
No.
quite a while.
I was like, that one sounds good.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got Cocoa Cow, which is chocolate milk stout from Sun River Brewing, which actually it looks like it looked really good to me. When
Hmm.
I picked it up, I asked someone about it, and they said, yeah, it's pretty good. I was like, does it taste like chocolate milk? He didn't give me a real answer. So, what do you think?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, let's see.
I was trying to think of what would go with a smoky flavor that's already going on. And I was like,
Right,
chocolate and smoky. That's
that's
really good.
impressive. It actually does.
Hmm.
Huh.
It does have lactose in it.
Oh,
So that's
nice.
not going to be great for me, but it does
Oh,
taste good.
ooh, yeah. Well, at least you're enjoying it now.
Yeah, I should have gotten my Lactaid before I had this,
Oh,
but yes, slightly
yeah.
sweet chocolate milk stout with Ghana cocoa nibs.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's kind of it's not like super bitter chocolate, but
Mm-mm.
it's more bitter. It's more bitter than like milk chocolate. So it works with the beer. I think this
Yeah,
is really good. I'm actually very impressed. I like this a lot.
yeah, that's really good. And
Hmm.
this was Sun River Brewing. I
Yes.
don't know where that is.
Are they in? Well, let's see. They're somewhere out here. Sun River, Oregon.
Oh, I was like,
There we
where's
go.
that? I just saw it too. I was like, oh, Sun River, Oregon.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Geography. We're still learning it. We're still
Yeah,
learning.
well,
So, yeah, yeah. But
I've only
no,
been here a couple of years. You've been here a couple of years longer than me, so
yeah, you're right, right. And I'm still learning. Still
and I don't
learning.
really go anywhere.
Hmm.
This is really good
Yeah,
though.
I like
This is
this a
almost
lot.
a dessert type kind of beer.
It
I
is.
don't know if I could drink a lot of these, but it is kind of it's a stout, so it's like you drink it kind of slow and
I'd put this in ice cream. I would do like an ice cream float with this.
okay.
I would. I'd give that a try.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm. I wish I had ice cream.
Well,
Well,
maybe you could get it delivered.
yes, I don't. I've been thinking about that since we've got all the smoke and all that. It's like getting things delivered and all that. Do I want to push for people to have to
Yeah, right.
go out in this?
They have to go out in it.
I know. And then I'm like, do I really want to go out and get anything? I'm like, no,
Mm-mm.
not really. So
Yeah, we dropped that stuff off at your house, and
yes,
that was our adventure.
yes, that was an amazing haul of beer that you brought over. So
Well,
yes.
yeah, I got my beer delivery again,
Mhm.
and here's the like 2 pages of
Whew.
beer that I got.
And it's
I
from
was
Taver, right?
Yeah, it's from
Taver,
the
yeah.
Taver app. I get a
Yeah.
little carried away because it doesn't come. It comes like I don't even know what. It's not even once a month. I don't even think.
Is it like quarterly or is it like
No, it probably
no?
is once a month, but it just
Okay.
seems longer
Well, it's like a
since I got
beer.
the last one.
it's like a beer wonderland. I mean, when you sent me the picture and you're like, look what arrived. It was like beer Christmas. There was so
Yeah,
much.
there were so many different kinds there, and there's one that's
Mm.
like a huge can. I don't remember which
Yes.
one it was, but it was kind of a
Yeah.
fun. It's I just like I don't even remember what I ordered. I don't even really care. I'll just drink them.
Right.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
Hey, that's great. That's how it should be. Get to try
So
some new
try
things.
some new things. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Ooh.
So back to our list here. I think a couple other things that we can kind of touch on. Uh, Theme park rides. We've talked
Okay.
about this in the past. We've talked
Yep.
about.
Yep.
I had a nightmare experience on a theme park ride where the bar wouldn't lock, and basically I was riding a theme park ride at a theme park in the Midwest. With my mother-in-law, and hers clicked and she was good to go. Mine did not click, and it was this ride that they called it the Barn Swings. This was at Silver
Hmm.
Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. So
Ooh.
yes. So you're on this thing, and it's like, I don't know. There are probably like 30 people on either side of you, and you're in these this row, and it swings out. And as the thing swings out, you kind of slide out of your
Yeah.
seat
Yeah.
and you slide back. Well, my bar did not snap, so I had to grab on to my mother-in-law's bar to make sure. I was like, okay, if I do go flying out of this, I'm going to have to hope that I have the upper body strength to be able
Oh
to
boy.
grab this and hold on through the whole thing. Luckily, it didn't come to that. I made it through, but uh, you either run into that kind of situation, or you go to places like, there are tons of stories of people who've gone to like Universal Studios to
Yep.
ride like the Harry Potter ride and
Yep.
weren't able to get on it. And so
Yeah,
it's
they've got to be able to make some sort of, they have those seatbelt extenders on airplanes. They've got to be able to
mhm,
have some sort of thing that will click in there to make that secure. Because the
right,
seats, I mean, I'm not a big ride person, but the couple I've been on, the seats are normally pretty good size.
sure,
Most of them, I don't know, but like I know the bar coming down can be, but they should be able to have like an extender thing that they could just click in there, just like
right,
the seatbelt extender thing.
yeah,
It
or
seems pretty easy in my brain, but
you would think that something like that would be out there, above and beyond that. Even just thinking about the way that they design these things, I'm wondering what size person they're putting in this, because it
Mhm.
doesn't seem like, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of thought around that. But there would have to be, if you're thinking about
Well,
roller
yeah,
coasters, things
they
like that.
probably are just thinking of the smaller bodies because
Sure.
they are going to go flying out. If they make them big enough for bigger bodies, they'll just
Right.
the skinny people fly right out.
Right.
So I don't know. They got to be able to make some sort of modification, or make
Yes.
like a seat thing where you could take that out to make it a little bit wider or something. I don't know.
Right. Something like that would be
They've got
amazing.
plenty of engineers that work at those places that could figure that out. I don't know.
Right.
Missing
Uh,
out on again, missing out on more dollars like that.
they are totally,
There's a
totally.
lot of big when you go to. It's just like when you go to the mall. There's lots of big people wandering around. So what are they doing? They can't get on those rides.
Yeah, totally. The
Like
malls should definitely be getting on it. You would think with the way that malls are dying out now, it feels like these stores that are in there would be thinking about this, especially if they
mhm.
carry extended sizes online and they're not selling them in these stores. This is a way to get people to come in. I
Yeah,
think that they're missing out on. So
yeah. You
yeah,
gotta. I mean, you gotta make it an experience when people come into the store more than just
totally.
their orders and whatever. But yeah,
Right. And if you're catering to a customer that usually can't go to a store and find something, then you're going to get more of that customer in your store. And it's not like saying, I mean, we're talking like starting to offer 3x, 4x, 5x, these sizes where there
yeah,
are enough people there to justify it. Even if you're looking at like the smaller size of Big and Tall as kind of your first step,
yeah.
uh, this way, it just makes sense. You're going to get people who are going
Hmm.
to come in. I would love to go to a store where I could actually try
Yeah,
products in my size. It'd be
yeah.
amazing.
I mean, yeah, it's sad when, oh, what do you want to do? Let's go to the mall, and I want to go. Bjorn does that. He's like, oh, I want to go grab whatever, or go check out these shoes or whatever it is.
Right.
And then he's like, oh, let's go wander around. And I'm like, why? I can't, even if I see something, I'm not going to be able to fit into it.
Right.
So it's like, I don't even want to even do it, but I go
totally.
just to, be supportive and whatever and hang out.
Yeah.
But it's not fun.
It is not. And so we're kind of jumping all over the place here with just a few other things. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, there is most certainly a bigger list. So if you are listening to this and there are things we're not talking about, let us know. We'll definitely consider another episode.
Yeah. Send us a message, DM us on Instagram or Twitter, whatever. Comment on this episode.
Definitely.
Send us a message.
Definitely. One place that we're starting to see this kind of change is massage therapists, waxing, people who offer those kind of services, which right now it's not the best time for those with everything we're dealing with. But we're seeing people who are, they are fat friendly, or they make a point that they work with bigger people and that they are more aware of what this audience needs, what this customer is looking for, how to approach working with a bigger customer. There are a lot of places that are starting to put thought into that, and that's a really cool thing. But
definitely reach out to them and just ask, say, are your tables rated for heavier weights? Are your chairs, whatever?
Right.
Is your therapist okay with working on big bodies, which they should be? They're professionals, but just call and check or look at reviews, that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
It's always a good idea.
Absolutely.
That sounds great. I haven't had a massage in so long.
Oh, I know.
I'm just like,
I know.
Especially with all this stress and anxiety, like my neck and my shoulders are so knotted up right now. I just rub like a bear. I'm like rubbing on the corner of the wall the other day. I was like, oh my God. Because Bjorn is not great at massages.
Yeah.
He always wants me to rub his feet, and then he's like, meh, meh, meh. Okay, my hand hurts. I'm like, really? You didn't even do anything. Rubbing on the corner of the wall, trying to rub this knot out of my neck here.
He's going to have to learn, if we're going to be stuck at home doing this for an extended period of time. If this is going to continue into next year, he's probably going to have to.
I've told him even just to use his elbow, to just put your elbow in there. And I'm like, no, it feels good. He's
right.
Like, that hurts. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It feels good.
Oh man. Well, there you have it. There are a few different things that we would like to see, places that we would like to see focus on offering products and services for people with bigger bodies. So like we said, if there's anything that you want to see added to the list, hit us up on social at Heavy Convo. We're everywhere. So
we're everywhere you want to be. Yeah. Thanks, Bruce.
Right.
Appreciate you being able to make this happen today.
Yes. And let's fingers crossed that these fires let up everywhere they're happening, and that the smoke goes away and we get back to less horrible.
Yeah, not quite so horrible. Yes.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.